I am the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Denver Broncos. This ought to be good. Now, my last stream I did Call of Duty game. And I got really mad. I apologize for that. Then I called it night.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, here's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Cincinnati Bengals. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Okay. So, we'll start off with
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Not a good start to this game.
Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 26. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Geno Atkins able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line.
Okay.
He started here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He's got the first down here inside the 30. That's just not fair.
When needed.
To run. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 45 yards. As his guys are able to score first here in this opening quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
See if we can get another one of them.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose.
Wow.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
In your face.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And some room to work. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
This is my second interception of the game.
They had him back deep,
I
got
was
the
trying to get
interception, and now they start
one
inside
more.
the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
As Denver comes back out here offensively, this is a team, Charles, that finished the season 7-9. 1-4 their last 5 to get to that mark. Really what killed their chances was that 0-4 start to the season. A couple of those losses were really heartbreakers in the final seconds of the game.
And they were hurt by injuries as well because they lost 2 of their bigger, better players early in the season. Bradley Chubb, outside linebacker, defensive end, and Jawan James, starting offensive tackle. They exit early, don't really play much this season. But this Broncos team, they feel like they found their quarterback in Drew Lock down the stretch. Because at one point, if you said inept, when you talked about the Denver offense, you were on target. Down the stretch with Drew Lock, though, started to show some sparks of life, and they feel good about heading into 2020.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to
This
connect
punt
on
is
third.
not going to be very good.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. You almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big.
And he's got his big tight end, Eifert, and it's a Bengal touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
These Broncos
Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. Third down here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Flacco. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3-and-out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel.
Broncos coming hard, and it's blocked. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. In for the score. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the route is on here in this first half.
Okay. Sorry it's taking me so long. I'm trying to deal with something.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
No. Which one's I don't need it like that.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed. And he will score! Touchdown, Cincinnati! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. Bullock good on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department. And he showcases it there all the way back for 6. That'll be taken in the end zone.
I am currently in a decent mood for someone who just broke up with his girlfriend earlier today.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Stop your whining.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to
Tyler Boyd. He's going to go.
I just had a whole team on me, y'all. How did I get through that?
For a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 49 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And a rout is on here in this first half. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On second down now. It's Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Now Flacco, and that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
The Broncos send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, this is going to be touchdown, but what a gift here. That's going to set the return team up in the red zone already. And heading back out there, Giovanni Bernard getting ready to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to... And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
These Broncos have not made it to the red zone yet.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Flacco, and this is going to be incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
Kitty. Okay, fine, don't come up here.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Jake Butt, the tight end, his intended receiver. And it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Dalton marches back onto the field, and it's actually been out of the backfield, handing the ball off where they've had a lot of success. So if you're the quarterback, do you just maybe say, you know, maybe this isn't my day, our running game's going so well, you just continue to lean on that?
I agree. That's exactly what you do, and you have to kind of take your ego and put it aside because you always think your next throw is going to be your best throw, right? Your next play is going to be your best play. Lean on what's working for you right now. That should help carry your team to victory if things keep going in the direction that they are.
Yeah, because the formula has them the lead currently.
Watch the whip. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Central West.
Dalton here from the gun, escaping the pressure, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Andy Dalton on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk
I'm
about those
definitely
late
getting over 100 points this game,
ones that
guys.
give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back.
No, what are you doing?
And it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. In the second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling.
Sorry guys, I didn't mean to yell like that. My kitty just like typed something.
Sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Flacco to throw again on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and now it's third down.
It's been my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter.
I get
a lot of time
ball,
to change things.
no, they get ball.
Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
Let's go, baby.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone, and he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up second down. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow, they're winging their way back to San Francisco.
I don't like ads. They bother me so much.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. From the 39, Flacco. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And now running right through him. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out.
I'm still trying to help my girlfriend, y'all. I'm not trying to like.
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to keep it here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Dalton. Flush to his right. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it'll be second and goal. On second and goal, Dalton, he gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
Check. Crook 61. Match box right.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Steps away. He may try. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns third and goal into a touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. So far, this has to feel like a horrible dream for him. He's thrown more completions to the other team than he has to his. 3 interceptions.
Now, this will test him mentally. And this is going to test his mental and test his fortitude, because once you've thrown those 3, you start to feel sorry for yourself. But you can't do that. There's more football to be played. I was talking with Jason Garrett, the coach of the Cowboys, and he mentioned at one point Tony Romo threw 5 interceptions in a game, but turned out to be one of the better games he played because he rallied down the stretch and took him to victory.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Joe Mixon. He won't go down. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati
Okay, I love how earlier in this video I told about how the Broncos were pretty good. But in this game, I just got pretty wrong.
His 4th puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out.
Under pressure again, and down.
Here's a wide open gap for me. That's awesome.
He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Check, check, boy. Pass it. I got you, boy.
On first down, Mixon. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Defensively, you give up the big chunk play there on the ground. Now they really have to bow up.
They certainly do, but I know how offensive linemen think. They don't care that the defense is going to bow up. They want to dominate them. They want to get into the end zone first and have the running back follow them.
And he takes it in.
A.J. Green with the touchdown.
Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
You know, in golf, they often talk about
this game's kind of boring me now. There's like no point in it. The Broncos got destroyed. They ain't getting a touchdown on me.
What they feel like doing today.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Like, they ain't getting a touchdown on me, so it's kind of boring.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well.
I have had a total of 12 touchdowns.
You know, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Okay.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Flacco.
So I like these yellow mellow.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Flacco toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
There's no alternative. This is a touchdown away from the
much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the... This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this...
I don't know why I'm trying to.
Bengal TD. John Ross, 67 yards, as his guys continue.
This game is just pathetic right now.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly
definitely
has.
put over
Pretty
100
dominant throughout this game, and privately.
Make sure y'all leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Another interception. That's the fifth one.
Interception. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick.
That's my fifth interception this game, guys. I promise I'll at least have 3.
They just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking.
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He'll run it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger.
Was that not a face mask? Are you serious?
Containing him is becoming a big problem.
I think he gives you on, but look at his face mask.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know there are plenty of people thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 23. And he will.
There's no 6.
Touchdown, Cincinnati. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
Alright, I've had 6 interceptions this game. That's doubled what I promised.
Able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them until the punch each and every time.
This game, like this football game, has me bored right now. But I will finish it for y'all.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Okay, they're at a 10% passing rate right now. They're 3 for 30.
Wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct.
3 for 31.
No pick, just incomplete that time. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And that one didn't accomplish a whole lot. It'll be down inside the 35-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. reward them.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Andy Dalton eluding the pressure right. On the screen, Bernard.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. To throw here, Dalton flushed out, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Yeah.
Oh, she's at least
She's on like the 5th tune at this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The
I'll do
party
this
was
one.
over.
Get them closer so they can actually try and get into the red zone.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 10. Flacco once more. And his throw is incomplete. Jeff Hireman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Are they going for a field goal?
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Pretty move. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out to his left. And now he'll let this one go. It's caught inside the 25. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends.
All right, guys. Well, this game is clearly over.
The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square.
I am not the
so you
best
get
at this
everything
game,
on the throw and create the big play we just
but
saw
I am
there
clearly
downfield.
not the worst.
And the Broncos are going to get the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On 2nd and 10, Flacco, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
All right, guys. They're at a
Lead,
point.
4th quarter. Maybe can
They're at
expect more passes like that downfield.
8%
Now they face a
pass
3rd and
rate
10
right now.
after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Flacco, and that will be incomplete as well.
Like, this game is down the drain.
It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Oh, passing it. Dalton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
You go tight. You got tight. Recon, 132 fighter.
On 3rd down, Bernard.
Go, everybody, run!
Oh, come on. You
It'll be a
definitely
gain of
can
12,
keep
but it will
going.
also lead to 4th down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here.
Okay.
And that one is incomplete, and now we're inside of 10 seconds. Just 9 remain. The Broncos onto the
Final
field ready
play.
to start
They're
their
not
next
getting a
drive.
touchdown.
They are
This
down
was
big.
at
They
it.
have
Really
not
good.
scored a single point. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start
That's
the
game,
bus,"
guys.
because they think this one is over.
Here we go.
That game,
So this one in the win column now for the
they
Cincinnati
have
Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
here's the
offense was in
stats
fine
if
form.
y'all
The
want to see them.
defense through the shutout, Adam. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball
Score
pretty
was
well.
0 to
You know, time of
121.
possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
This game dominated them, okay, but it shows that I am not the worst team or the worst player at this game. Thank you all for watching the video. Like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Thank you.